All right, so today we're going to be diving deeper into NotebookLM, and I want to show you in this video how you can use this tool to compile different source data, mostly things that you've created, and this can be a combination of links, copy text, articles, videos, and all that kind of stuff. So if you want to find out where to go, notebooklm.google is the URL, and then you can click try in there. Now, I've already tried this out a couple times, so we're going to walk through and we're going to create what's called a new notebook. So we're going to create a new one, and you're going to immediately be prompted with this pop-up that says add sources. So sources are where NotebookLM bases all the responses and the information that you want from this. So as they see here, marketing plans, course readings, research notes, all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to group in there that we could put in content that we've created in the past. As we see down below, we got Google Drive, we got Google Docs, slides, websites, YouTube, and copy text. All right. So we have a limit of 300 sources that we could use in here. So what I have here is a couple things. So we're going to go pick Google Doc, and it says here, search or paste URL. Now I already have opened up the Google Doc before. So this is going to be, I'm just going to copy this. I'm going to say anyone with a link can view it. This is a copy of a book that I wrote a couple years back on customer experience. And we want to be able to create some content on customer experience. So we're going to go in here and I'm going to paste that in there. And there it is. So I'm going to click on it. Oh, it'll pop up there. And we're going to insert that in there. All right. So left-hand side sources, that's where that shows up. Now, I also have a blog post that, oh, not that one there. I don't think that's the one I want. I want to go to these ones over here. So I'm going to copy the URL to that one, and I'm going to say add a source. And in this case, it's going to be a website. And I'm going to paste that in there. And we're going to insert that. Now, sometimes you get this here where it says that it can't get it. So in here, I don't know why that's happening. This is unreachable source. It could be that my blog or my website is blocked in foreign countries that are out there. So that could be the reason. I'm going to try another one in here. Now, the other workaround with this is I only really need the content in there for the blog post. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take the title. I'm going to copy that. And we're going to actually remove this source here. And what we're going to do is we're going to add in a copy text. So I'm going to paste in the article there, hold down Shift, and I'm going to come back to that, and I'm going to copy all the text from that blog post that's in here. Now, there is a couple things that are in the middle, so I want to get rid of that. And we're going to come back here, and we're going to plop that in there. All right. Not there. There we go. So we're going to insert that one. And now it's pasted text for that one there. All right. And we're going to do that for one more in here. And this is 3 tips on customer experience. So we're going to go add another source. Copy text. There's the title. And we're going to take, actually it's already in there. We're going to come down here. And we'll take that. Sometimes it takes a while to copy and paste things properly. And then there's a conclusion here. All right. I'll plop that in there. All right, so we've inserted that one as well. Now, I want to go also and put in a YouTube video. So we're going to go YouTube, and it is up here. So this is a full 54-minute webinar I did on customer experience. So I'm going to take that link, and we're going to paste it in there as well. There we go. So it has pulled 4 sources, and like you said, or like you saw there, we could do up to 300 there. So we have a lot of data to put into this. Now let's look at the middle part of the chat here. Now this is where you can start, just like ChatGPT, ask it to do things. It does come up with a summary here, a note as they call it. We can also add a note, add a briefing document, and so forth. So we can go in here and say, how does the potential customer experience drive business success? So let's put in that. So we're going to ask a question. So it is going to answer based off of all the information it's learning from the sources that we're putting in there, right? So as you put in content, it does that, and it does give you examples of where it's found it in the source data. So it is referencing all that kind of stuff, all right? So pretty cool like that. A briefing document, it will generate on the right-hand side of all that content. So this is great if you're going to, maybe start to do a webinar or build a course and you got all this material out there and you're like, hey, I want to pull it all together and start to build this content. This is an amazing tool for that. I love the interface. So as we see here, there's the briefing document that is created. Now, I'm not going to read through it all and see what it says. But what I really love is this deep dive conversation. So in here, we can say generate, or we can customize this. And when customize, it prompts you to say, okay, what should the AI host focus on? Now, I would love to see down the road that they allow you to pick different voices. Everybody that's using this platform has the same male and female voices in these discussions. So it'll become oversaturated and people start to know that it's, coming from this tool. But, let's say you are building, course materials and you want to have a discussion on different topics and chapters. These would be great things to actually add in there. They're around 19 minutes, at least that's what I've seen in the last 2 days of playing with this, which is a pretty good summary length to discuss certain topics. So you could do this for every chapter or every module of your program and have a deep dive conversation that people can listen to as well. So getting back to this, the customizing the audio overview, like what do you want them to focus on? Topics, specific audiences that you can put in here. So I'm going to say focus on actionable tips and strategies that business owners can use when developing their customer experience and journeys. Well, all right, I'm going to put in here, make sure that you're speaking to business owners. That is our audience. Now we're going to generate this. And it takes a few minutes for it to generate, which is fine. So other things that you can be creating here, study guides, a timeline, FAQ. So I'm going to click on FAQ here, and it's going to start to generate the FAQ down here on the bottom. So I'm just going to pause the video and let this stuff generate for us. Okay, so this took probably about 6 minutes to generate this audio file here, which is great. I mean, that's not a lot of time in reality, and you can actually work with the interface while you're doing that. And the thing I asked it to do is could you write me an article to focus on what a business owner should do first when considering improving their customer experience in their business? And it just spit this out. Unlike ChatGPT, where you can kind of see it writing, it just kind of pauses for a second and then poof, it just appears there. Now, when you look at this, you start to read, it is very AI sounding in here, like in today's competitive market, right? This is one of the things that I've trained my ChatGPT to not do things like this in it. So be aware of that the stuff that comes out is very generic. And I would almost implore you to look at using, a secondary AI if you have your writing style trained in ChatGPT. Now, this is if you're pro on content being AI generated. This is, of course, coming from source content that's in here that you hopefully have created yourself, and it's learning from that. So you could take this and copy it and then paste it over to, another system that's in there. But coming back to this side over here, before we look at the audio, this here is the FAQ. So it came up with all the FAQ content, which is great. This is good stuff to have in here, especially if you're putting a lot of content around your business and what you're doing and you want to generate, I got hiccups, questions and answers from that. So we're going back here and take the audio. I don't know if you're going to hear this. I don't know if I chose that option when I hit the recording of this in Loom, but okay, so you're probably not hearing that, but I will put a link to this with the video down in the description. I'll actually upload this to our website, and then you can actually click on the link and listen to this with it as well. So you can then say yes if you like a good discussion, or no, and it's going to train it from there. And then from here, you can change the download speed or the playback speed if you want to listen to it that way. You can delete it if you don't like it, or you can download it as a WAV file, which is another benefit. A lot of times you generate stuff, it gives you MP3, which is compressed. WAV file is an uncompressed audio. It's a higher quality. So I do like that about this within the system as well. So that is how you use this. Obviously, there's more features and functions you can do because it's up to you what you want to tell it to do in here. But I like this interface. I like how it works. And I'm going to be using it more in the development of content that I'm doing in my business.